Hmm.
No, mine was denied. And when all the mics were turned off and everybody in court was packing their shit up, the judge leaned over and said quietly to me, I'm denying this because it could come back and bite you in the ass in the future. Because this judge knows me. I've been, in and out of his courts plenty of times. He knows I'm on the right track. So he was actually giving me a hint, I think. Even though wonderful things have happened with the adult age change.
Can you share on what that looks like? Because a lot of people get hung up on that. What good is it? What do you need to do it for, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, the main theory behind that adult name change is to change your name from the all caps to the upper lower case. And my thinking is that never was me or my name. So why do I need to change it?
Right. And it was never your name because your name in the system is last, first, middle.
Yeah. Yeah, last, first, middle, and upper lower case for regular English grammar.
Well, in their system, there is no official English grammar when they deal with persons. It's always capitalized, even if you spell it right or try to put it in proper grammar. So it's always talking about the entity no matter what.
Yeah. And that's why I figured, well, that never was me, never was my name. So I don't need to do a name change.
Right. You don't need to change something that was never yours to begin with. And that was kind of my thought on that also. But I thought it may have had some significance in regards to getting the legacy birth certificate. So I want to just touch back on that for just another moment here. So you're saying you ordered 5 from the county you were born in, right?
Yep. And the reason I say order 5 from the county and order 5 from the state is so that you get the long form from the county, the short form from the state, and then you can take like 1 or 2 of each and get those authenticated through your birth state. And then when you get them back from your birth state, you send them off to Fed level TC for authentication. And that's when you get the full faith and credit.
Right. But your certificate is different than anybody else's certificate that I've ever seen completely authenticated. There is nobody's legacy filing numbers on their birth certificate.
Huh. I wonder if that's only Wisconsin.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Do you have the long form certificate?
I should have some somewhere.
Okay, so
I do remember looking at it. There's a little bit more information on there, but
okay, so let me see if I can ask you a question that you might remember pertaining to it. On the registration number, do you remember what the registration number was?
No.
Okay, because that's very important if it matches up to your legacy state filing number here, because it gives you the state number 148, and in Texas the number is 142, and then it has a series of
hard on for it, don't he?
So you have 6 zeros and then 2320. So if that registered number on your long form birth certificate is 2320, then we know what the legacy filing number is and how the system works.
Oh, okay. Yes, that means they added the county filing number to the state.
That's right. But it would only be the zeros. See, the filing number is your birth date year, 159, and then the series of 6 numbers that come after it, making 10 digits, right? The legacy state filing number, okay, is 148 and then 10 digits. So it's 6 zeros with a 2320. So if that 2320 is your register filing number, now we know how to make that legacy filing number.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to dig. Oh, first I got to find the box, then I gotta dig through it.
Jesus, would you open up a can of worms?
Yeah,
Hey, inquiring minds want to know. Ever since I've seen this paperwork, I've just been going nuts, man.
And what's so funny, Bill, is that literally has been all your paperwork been sitting on a clipboard, like literally right behind me. All I got to do is like lean down and pick it up. So Jesse's been here and he stayed with me before, and it's been there the whole time. And one day he comes over here and he shows me your paperwork that somebody had sent him. He goes, check this out, Floyd. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I got this. He goes, what do you mean you got that? And I go, yeah, I got it. Yeah, this is Bill's stuff. You know Bill? Oh, yeah, I know Bill. I go, look, it's right here. Been here the whole time. So
I heard that my master claim has been making the rounds. And then some people ask, aren't you afraid of, and I interrupted him. I say, no, I'm not afraid of anything because that is a publicly recorded document. Anyone in the globe or flat tortilla, whatever.
Yeah.
He said flat tortilla.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's what I said too. I said it's public information. I mean, I didn't get it from him. I found it at this place right here. This book of
recording office.
Yeah. Blame them.
Yeah, there's people throwing it around in various groups, and Skype rooms and stuff like that, websites, and it's like, oh, okay, I don't care. It's a public recording.
Yeah, you're like me. It's public anyway. And nobody's gonna run from it or hide from it.
So okay, so when you ordered the 5 and the 5, which batch did you get the legacy filing number from? Was it from the county or was it from the state?
I'm pretty sure the legacy was on the state. We're at both numbers. I can't recall what the county one said.
Because this thing has got a red number at the bottom, and it says that this document is a felony to copy or reproduce this certificate. I've never seen that on any other birth certificate. That's how you know it's an original of something that most people don't get. This document is different. I think it's the death certificate. I think it's the original death certificate.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense because there are some people, they've gone into circuit court and without saying a word, they slid their birth certificate across the counter. And the clerk said, oh, a death certificate, even though it was titled birth certificate.
Right. Yeah, because those words are deceptive. Like it was born alive, but that doesn't mean it didn't die.
That's right.
So what I found out is in every single state, they have a form that you can request the certificate of fetal death.
Oh.
And I'm thinking that is where you get this record from.
That could be, because I didn't do anything like that, but that could be.
Well, we're going to know on Monday because we're going to go up to the Department of Vital Statistics and Health and find out.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're going to Austin Monday.
Now, what I was also thinking was that I have a short form, okay, which is in all capital letters, authenticated on federal and state level here in Texas, right, and on the federal level. And I was thinking that if I can't get the legacy birth certificate with that number on it, that I'm just going to use the short form death certificate, which has the filing number on it, and then has a 10-digit number with a number on it, and use that as my legacy filing number, and use that certificate. And I'm going to do what you did, which is the import tax, right, under Article 1, Section 10, Clause 14, by putting the stamps and putting the frank on there.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to do that. And I was thinking about doing the same thing you did, but just using the certificate that doesn't have the legacy filing number on it, but we know it's the death certificate. But it's authenticated.
Yeah, that could be just fine.
So you think that would be adequate enough?
I don't see any problem with that.
All right. Well, then there you go. Well, I'm going to still find out whether or not we can get this legacy birth number before I do that.
I was wondering if you're fortunate enough to have your original hospital birth record. You know, mom and dad's names.
Yeah, with the
mother's
footprints.
birthday.
Yeah, the herediments document.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's hugely important because when you combine that, see, that's why I have the birth certificate authenticated, and then I have the hospital birth record because when you combine those, you're collapsing the trust.
Nice. So I don't have that document anymore, but we can recreate that document, and I can also get all the information pertaining to it. And if it really came down to it, I probably could do a a FOIA research for all birth records.
Yeah.
And have firsthand information and put that in there with it.
Yeah.
Along with because I've already I basically recreated the footprints document. I went and got a picture of my hospital the same way they do on yours, right? It's got the volume and the page of the historical marker. I went and found out when I was born, my mother's mother, my father's father, all the information, my weights and measures, and I put all of that on there and recreated it myself. And then put my footprints on a piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, that's the only thing you can do because they won't give it to you. They act like they don't have a copy of it, but they can they can authenticate it. But if you don't have a copy, they don't have a copy.
Yeah. And I was incredibly fortunate that because when my dad died, I got the family file cabinets and I found a folder with my name on it, and that hospital birth record was in there. I damn near shit myself.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, my uncle has his, and we went down to Austin probably about 2 weeks ago, and when we tried to get it authenticated, the lady in the office said that the document was too old for her to authenticate. That we would have to take it to the Department of Vital Statistics and Health, and that they had got all the original records, and they would recreate it for you and create a certified copy, which meant that they have one on record. Okay, so I called up there and I talked to her about it, and she was like, "Yeah, we'll bring it up here, and we'll authenticate it for you, and then we'll give you a certified copy." And I was like, "Well, what happens if you don't have one?" She's like, "Oh, well, we don't have those records." And I was like, "Well, you just said that you had the record, and now you're telling me that you don't." She's like, "Well, if you don't have yours, we don't have it." And I was like, "What do you say?"
Right? They don't want you to fucking have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that tells you the importance of that document, how important that document really is. But it's more about you getting your feet back on the land and putting it on the record. So it doesn't really matter when your feet get back on the land, whether it's your baby feet or whether it's your feet now. Because let's just say you don't know the information from when you were born. Well, you're being reborn, right? So you can just you could put your weights and measures on there now, right? So you can do it that way too. As long as your feet get back on the land and that there's a record somewhere of you being born and you have somebody who can attest to that, then you're in the money.
Yeah. And I thought it might be kind of cool to include in that a picture of your feet now being on the land. You can be barefoot, but you got to dig a hole down about 10 inches.
10 inches? So that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, because 6 or 8 inches is soil, and underneath that is the land.
Right. We have to get up past the soil.
Yeah. There's a
trip to the beach.
So basically, instead of putting a picture, that's a brilliant idea. So instead of putting our feet on, I guess we could do it both. We'll put it on.
Yeah, absolutely gonna do both.
And take a picture. And then we'll just have witnesses to sign off on it. Bam. Thank you for that. Thank you for that information. That was great to have in there.
It's quite powerful because there was a guy a few years ago. He knew trouble was brewing. He dug a hole out in front of his house. He arrested him with a warrant. He just jumped off the walkway into that little hole and said, "I'm a man on the land."
Oh
wow.
And they couldn't touch him.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
I didn't get myself on that one too.
Yeah. That's like that crazy story that David Wynn Miller said, and said he was representing a client, and his client came back to him and said, "Man, I think I messed up. I told the judge that I had all the facts." And he goes, "Well, what did the judge say?" He said, "Well, we're going to postpone, and I tell you what, you come back tomorrow with all the facts, and I won't throw you in jail." He goes, "What do I do, David?" He said, "Well, tell you what, you go with," I think it was a couple of days. It wasn't the next day. He said, "For the next 3 days, you practice doing handstands." And he goes, "Practice doing handstands? Why?" I said, "So when you go back in there, you stand on your hands and you tell the judge that you have all the facts in your hand, in the world, basically the world in your hand."
Oh,
And I was like, wow, it was pretty ingenious.
yeah.
So then I got all the facts right here in my hands, Your Honor.
Yep, your hands around the world.
Man, well, I appreciate you getting on here and taking this time to talk to us. I
But
thought we were never going to get to talk to you.
what else is going on, Bill, in your world? Because it's been a year since I've spoken to you.
Well, it's not really much. I'm still holding the Tuesday and Wednesday night Skype rooms for people getting their EINs and DVAs,
Right.
and a little bit of talk about authentications once in a while. And then Wednesday nights, we go through the debt discharge process with the 1099As and 1099Cs using the decedent estate EIN.
Are you having success with that?
Well, I myself, we got people working on it. And one of the girls on the call, she's been using 1099Cs for 16 years. Total success.
Huh.
And, I only knew about the 1099As, and there were instances where I should have used the 1099C, but everything still worked out. I got rid of over 600,000 in debt.
Right.
And it was like 300,000 for me, 175,000 for my ex-wife, and I told the judge during our divorce in court, I said, put all her medical debt in my name. He said, so ordered. And so I paid off 175,000 of her medical debt. And then I figured, well, I'm going to see if this works. If I'm paying off somebody's debt who has no name tied to my name.
Right.
And
Yep.
so I found out my nephew had 160,000 in medical debt. So I paid that off. And then I did my sister and brother-in-law's John Deere Financial, 70,000. And then I did another 20 or 28,000 for Wisconsin Department of Revenue. And Wisconsin Department of Revenue, they're doing estimated income tax. It's like, fuck you guys. IRS knows I'm tax exempt. So I 1099-8 them. They kept threatening me and shit once or twice a month with their letters. I finally had enough. So I did a 3949A with the IRS. It was like a month and a half, 2 months later, all the letters stopped. It was like I sent the big demons after the little demons.
Right.
So I haven't done a 1099 for a few years now. I don't have any debt. And life is good.
Right. So still welding, right?
When I can, that's why I donate
What?
to customers, because they have plenty of welding to be done.
Yeah, I know that. Shoot, I thought, well, last time I talked to you last year, you were like just going out every day and working.
Yep, still doing it.
Still doing it? Okay. Well, you still playing guitar?
Oh yeah, last night was my last little performance of the year because the weather is now getting cold, northwest Wisconsin.
Right.
And we've been blessed with, it's almost the middle of November, and we hit like 65 degrees yesterday. So I grabbed my guitar, headed outside,
Right.
plugged in, amp was still out there, grabbed my microphone, cranked everything up, and we had a blast.
That's funny. Well, good. Yeah, I'm glad. So, have you heard from our mutual friend lately?
David?
No, Emma.
Oh, good Lord. Have you heard what she's doing?
Oh God, no, I have not. I have since I threw her out of my house. That's the last I've heard from her.
There you go. I think you get smart.
Oh, I know I did.
Girl, I feel for her and what she's going to be getting hit with if she continues what she's doing.
Is she still?
She's pretty much revived the old A4V process, but with newer information. And she's charging people. Yeah, $200 for the first class, and $300 for the second class, and people are not having success.
No. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I, can't imagine who she's bumming off now. Hopefully she's making enough money to get an apartment. I just felt sorry for her daughter, her granddaughter.
Yeah.
I mean, she was not nice to little girl.
Carrie
Ann. Yeah. No, that was tough.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I can only be nice for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, after 3 months, I mean, get a job, a hustle, something.
Yeah. She won't work.
Yeah.
And now apparently, she's kind of worn out.
Probably out of that little BFE county I picked her up in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, oh, geez, Emma's going ape shit now because she got warrant. And it's like, well, I was going to call him and say hi and see how things are going, but I don't think I'm going to.
Right. Yep, I don't blame you. I haven't heard anything about her.
Yeah, and she hasn't even been popping in on our Tuesday and Wednesday night calls.
Mm.
She hasn't been saying a word.
Yep. Well, you can only hustle for so long before you get a bad name in this industry. You know that. Yeah. You've been around long enough to know.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't charge for helping people out with their EINs, DBAs, all that shit, 1099s. Why should I charge? I don't need the damn money.
Yeah. I mean, if you're good and you don't have to sacrifice, your time or energy or income potentiality to help other people, yeah, but by all means, if I could do that, I would. I can't.
I still work there today.
Yeah.
And I get protected reserve notes, grass-fed, feed, organic. I get my truck. I haven't been to a gas station in 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, I know. You're telling me that. You get Bill's got the hookup. Absolutely. Got all the connections to all the fresh food, and yeah, that's cool. That's how to live. Work when you want to work, help people out, and enjoy good food. Well, anything else happening? Oh, there you are. Sorry. You there, Bill?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Jumped to my headphones for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was talking, didn't hear anything. Well, anything else happening?
No, everything has just been smooth.
Smooth.
We got working on stuff. Because, like I tell them all when they say, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? I said, I don't know. I didn't do it. But logic says, yeah. And if you want to be a guinea pig, do it too.
Right. Yeah, get out there.
They jump right in.
Yeah, as they should. And the only way you're gonna find out is test that water.
So
It's the same damn thing I had to do when I first learned about all this. They had to prove it to myself that it works.
Yep. That's the one you want to prove it to, not to everybody else. Prove it to yourself.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part about what Anna's doing. She has never done the process she's teaching.
Yeah, that just doesn't surprise me. Yeah, it's sad that there's people out there that do that, just prey upon others. But I kind of figured that out very quickly. I just didn't have time to deal with it. I was doing something else at the time.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
My question is this: since you have done your major land recording filing, what?
Well, that was for the white card, black card.
But I'm asking him
Well,
what has he benefited from doing that?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Or has there even been a benefit?
Yeah, has there been any recognition, any benefits come from that?
You never know.
You never.
Hey, I understand. Oh,
I can neither confirm nor deny.
okay. So I do have some questions now that I think about it. So I was looking at your receipts. You sent one to the Secretary of State, to the governor, to the IRS, and to the Treasury.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm going to presume that you got certified copies of the land record and that you got that authenticated and that you sent that to each one of those institutions. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I took the recording and then just copied it and sent it to them. I didn't get anything authenticated.
Ah.
Because when you authenticate something, you're moving it from the public to the private.
Okay, gotcha.
And I want to keep it in the public.
So you just made copies of these things. All right. Did you send the original birth certificate that you had franked to the Treasury? Or did you keep that?
Let's see. The recording was done with the whole birth certificate showing. But then when I made the copies, because it's against statute to copy the birth certificate,
Right.
that's why only part of it is showing. Just the barcode and like an inch or two of the birth certificate.
Right. So when you send the copies, you only send the barcode.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But when you're filing or when you're recording it, that's when you have the whole thing in.
Okay, but listen to what I'm asking you. When you made the final filing with the Treasury, the people that cut the check, that pay the money, did you send them the original security or did you keep it?
I kept it.
You kept it. Okay.
Yep.
So you didn't render under Caesar what was Caesar's, even though you put on the back of there that you surrendered.
Right, but you'll see on the back of the certificate, back of the birth certificate.
Yeah, you put accept, acknowledge, redeemed, and surrender. Ab initio,
Yep.
no pronto, anima nandi, or whatever that word is.
Yeah, I had the Latin for it and everything. And yeah, because that way the recording has the surrender. And if they have a problem with only getting an inch or two of the birth certificate being surrendered, well, they can go to the public recording.
Yeah, you could just send a little addendum with your attachment and you're saying if you need to see the whole document, this is where you can look at.
Yeah. And then, of course, is in the recording number up top where it has book and page number and whatnot.
Right. So you didn't send no certified copies out nowhere. You didn't have to get them authenticated or nothing. You just sent them out to the. Was there any the order in which you sent those things, or did you send them all out at the same time?
I think I pretty much sent them all out at the same time. Within a day or 2 or 3 of each other.
Okay.
So it wasn't any particular order.
Now, before you did all this, I'm going to presume that you set up your foreign EINs.
I did. Let's see. I don't know if I had my 98 by then or not, but I've never used that 98.
No. So you're just using the domestic EIN, like a living trust.
The decedent. Yeah.
Okay, so we just need to make Jesse Wayne Henley Jr. revocable living trust.
You can do that. What I'm doing now is because I've been authorized, is I'm helping people. And like I said, I've been authorized. A friend of mine had a friend who used to form the trusts for the elite.
Mhm.
And I now have that trust.
Oh, nice. So you basically you have the God trust, basically.
Got a big.
That's a let's see. I've been going through some of that stuff lately, and it's a contract and declaration of private trust created by the common law right of contract in the exclusive jurisdiction of equity.
Wow.
And my trust is called Enoch's Trump Ministries Trust. You use a biblical name, something from the Bible. And people say, well, Enoch isn't a book of the Bible. I said, it used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, too much truth.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was removed. Hey, that was removed a long time ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't there to fight the removal. And some of these people come to me for these trusts, because I say, hey, $500. And they're going, whoa. And I'm like, here, I'm going to send you something. And I give them this little quote where people are paying $50,000,
Yeah.
$25,000. The elites used to pay anywhere from $750,000 to $1 million. And I'm just doing $500. I mean, 500.
Hey, you take 1099?
Yeah, right.
I'll write you one right now.
I gave a Walmart money order because I'm telling you, my experience with the fucking post office with postal money orders, fuck that. I was in there for the 3rd time, 3 days, trying to cash a fucking postal money order at the post office. Oh, we don't have the money. We don't have the money right now.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's like $500. And they postal money orders, you can do one for $1,000. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to get down with guys? He goes, oh, you can cash it at your bank. And I says, I don't trust banks. I don't keep money in the bank. I don't have enough money in the bank to cash this motherfucker at the bank. It's like, you're the post office. You're guaranteeing these funds, but you can't. I said, I guess we're done. And I will tell everybody to use Walmart, because Walmart is more trusty than the fucking post office.
Yeah, it's pretty quick wire transfer. It don't take long. Hey, cryptocurrency works good too.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into crypto. Everything that I've done is I'm extremely heavily invested in physical possession of silver.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
As you should be.
Yeah. And then, because we use that to preserve wealth. And what, and I'm 63. When I croak, my kids, Boy, they damn well better just think and say, listen, God did this for a reason. He didn't just pack it in. And that they're going to hang on to it, because sooner or later, that 65% where it's separated from gold is 65%. It's going to jump. It's going to fly.
Right.
And my kids will be well set.
Well, they'll be just fine if you teach them how to do what you did.
Yeah, but they won't listen to me.
They're not. And guess what? They're not ready to become the age of maturity yet. You can't force it on them.
Yeah.
And you would think eventually they'll grow up, right? I mean, I did. It took me 46 years to get here, but here I am. I'm still here, ready to grow up.
You growed up.
I'm ready.
Yeah, it took me 42, 45 years, something like that.
Yeah. Acting a goddamn fool.
I mean, at 25, I would have gotten this information. It would have been over my head, and there's no way I would have been able. Probably would have done what everybody else does, just blew it off and kept going about my business.
Yeah, if I would have done all my shit younger, oh man.
Yeah, right. If only.
So let me ask you this. Do you have a Treasury Direct account?
Nope.
Okay, so did you know you could take that, create a Treasury Direct legacy account?
Yep, I knew about that.
Yeah, and guess what you have? A legacy number.
Yeah, that's true.
Think about that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't need to do anything. I don't know how else to put that. I don't need to do anything.
Hey, you don't need to do anything. You don't. I was just pointing out that you had the legacy number, and I'm trying to figure out how to get it.
I told you, Bill, he's dead set on getting that legacy number.
So please, if you could
Yeah, I hope
go
it's tough to know.
your birth certificate and confirm whether or not what your registry number is on it. And if it matches up to the number on that certificate, then we know what I can tell anybody what their legacy number is.
Yeah. And I think I put that box back in the storage unit, and I'm going to be heading out there for sure this weekend.
All right.
I'll be able to dig for it then. And I know what's in that box. That's my important document box.
All right. Well, I look forward to talking to you again about it. We're gonna get down to the heart of this matter. We're gonna figure this out.
And I have you in my black book. So I can call you back as soon as I get this shit figured out.
Fucking A. That'd be sweet, huh, Jesse?
Yes, it would be. I'm ready to get my process done. All I need is my footprints document. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go. Woohoo! Oh man, it's been driving me crazy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it has.
So hopefully after this weekend, we'll have that shit figured out with that legacy number. I'm gonna write that down in my notebook right now.
Yeah, there must have been something that you did somewhere along the path. Is there anybody else that you know that has a birth certificate that from Minnesota or wherever, Wisconsin? Yeah, Wisconsin, that looks like that?
No, everybody's questioning about what's that legacy number? I don't know.
Yeah, but you had to do something different that got you that number. There had to be something that did that. They didn't just give you that out of an accident. Government don't have accidents like that.
Okay.
Maybe that has something to do with your warehouse.
No clue what it was.
Right. Yeah, you're totally lost. That's a problem with this. Sometimes you do so much, you don't know what the hell worked.
Yeah.
Well, who did you, if you don't mind letting us know, who did you get this process from?
The master claim?
Is that what it's called, the master plan?
Well,
Yeah, the one with that stuff in it, the will and testament, birth certificate, shit like that.
Yeah.
yeah, the notice of quorum.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's the master claim. I got that from my associate, who got it from one of the people who were one of the 7 who got their white card.
Hmm. All right.
That I can safely say.
Well, that's more information than we had a few hours ago. I've been waiting to ask you how you got that damn thing for months. Oh, look, gotta get him on the phone. I need to know.
Yeah, I wish I had $100 every time you told me to call Bill. Call Bill. Okay. Yeah, and I just happened to find your number out of happenstance, just digging, looking for something else. Yeah.
Well, it seems that it was given to you at just the right time.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, so you're gonna find this kind of funny, but one of our deep divers, no, right,
Ralph Smart.
they went and they wanted me to ask you about your banking. And they said that they saw that you set up some type of banking and they wanted me to ask you about it, but I didn't really understand all the intricacies of what she was saying. She saw that you set up your own private banking.
Huh.
Private banking.
Mhm.
Where do y'all see that at?
That's what it said.
Where do
That's weird.
you see that?
That's what Dee was telling
That's
me.
the route. That's the route I'm
Look,
on.
she was looking at doing what Dee does, which is go places most people don't go, and was interested in. She was trying to set up her private banking, so she tried to see if
What Bill did?
what Bill might have done, and then she said that she ran across Bill's paperwork and that he'd set up private banking, and she wanted me to ask you about
Okay, yeah, because I haven't done anything with private banking, but maybe they got this idea from, I might have mentioned my associate is a private banker. She's got the medallion stamp and all that shit.
it.
Well, that's the shit you want. The medallion
And
stamp.
apparently, she hasn't really done anything with it. This woman is slow to act on things.
Right.
She'll do something and then wait and go, oh, it didn't work, and then walk away from it. Just like the 1099s. She did the 1099 on the power company. And she calls me up, and she's the one that brought this process to me. And by the time she called me up, I had already dug into it enough and was doing it. And I said, well, did you do any follow-up with the power company? And she says, no, they just didn't credit the account. And I says, well, you need to follow up. You can't just throw paper at them and expect it to work with no backup.
Right.
Because they're going to test you. They want to see if you know your shit.
Yeah,
And that's
absolutely.
why they have the fellow letters for bill collectors and original so-called creditors. And then they have my notice of tender for set-off. I've only used that twice. And in one instance, it worked, and they stopped. They just stopped contacting me. And then the other instance, that was Wisconsin Department of Revenue, so I had to do 3949A. But then I took care of it for me, so it's all good.
Right. Fuck you, IRS.
Yeah, I love those guys.
Love those guys. Yep. All right. Well, anything else, Jesse?
No, I think that covers it. I guess we'll talk to you in a few days when you get that information. And then we can do a compare and contrast, and then we'll go from there, right?
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time, man, for calling us and letting us know what was
It
up.
was good talking to you. A friend of this here Tarvin is a friend of mine.
Right.
I appreciate that.
Yep. Hey, you want to do a video sometime?
The possibility.
Just whenever. I mean, I'm not pressuring you for, whenever you have a topic, maybe you want to express. Yeah, we'll do a video.
Yeah, maybe we'll cover the Earth as a donut.
That would be a good topic. Yeah. Earth is a donut. A torsion.
I think horseshoe. There we go. It's a taco.
Right. All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Thank you for returning my phone call and answering Jesse's questions, because now I can get him off my back for a minute. Yeah, you've been on me. All right, brother. Well, don't be a stranger. Give me a call and let me know when you get into that box and get an answer.
We're out of that box.
Yeah, right.
And I knew I should have put some fur around that box so I could guarantee to find it.
That's funny. All right, man.
You can't say that anymore these days because they're all fucking shaved.
Right. Yeah, no shit. That's funny. All right, brother. Well, I'll let you go, man. You have a good night.
Yeah, you guys have a good night too.
All right. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
That was awesome.
And
Thank
there
you.
you have it. Conversation with Bill.
Yep. And I think he was not telling us everything. There were some things he might have been omitting, but we won't know one way or the other. But we can still ask questions until we get down to the heart of the matter, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, you guys all should know that he didn't get that certificate by happenstance. There was something that he did to get that certificate, and he knows what he did to get it, and he didn't tell us. So, just putting that out there. He, there were certain things he wasn't going to reveal to us, and there were certain things that he was going to reveal to us.
I think it probably has a lot to do with just frame of mind, knowing who you are.
Well, with pulling all those documents together, that would make you whole again.
Absolutely.
So is he alluding to the fact that when you bring
Whether or not his be able to
the
confirm his
short
filing
form
number,
and
that starts with has anything to do with the legacy number. So I look forward to that.
Yep, good call.
And would that document, the one that's archived, wouldn't that have like the unique identifying number on there that you could also match up with QSIP numbers?
Well,
I don't know.
The QSIP number, I'm not necessarily worried about the QSIP number. What we're trying to determine is A, how to get the legacy number on a birth certificate, and B, if we can break down the numerical order in which they put the numbers and determine based upon the given information that we have what our own legacy filing number is. Like from what Dee has told me, I know what my legacy filing number is, but it's only hearsay because I can't prove it, right? But if I can get confirmation of Pittman of his, where it says his legacy filing number 148 dash 000000782 or whatever that number is, 28, whatever it was, if that matches up to his registration number on his birth certificate, now we know that the legacy number has something to do with the registration number. So we can break down process of elimination until we get to whatever's left over, and 9 times out of 10, that's usually the correct answer.
Good way to look at it.
And I also have a short form here in Texas that has the filing number. Okay, I'll show them my birth certificate. It says 142. That's the state number, 3 numbers. Hyphen 76, the year I was born. Okay, and then hyphen, and then a series of 10 numbers. 10635, whatever that number is. Okay, so that's my state filing number, that 10-digit number. On the short form certificate, it doesn't have the 142. It has the 10-digit number with a hyphen with the year behind it that I was born. So we know that that's my state filing number, the 10-digit number plus the year I was born. On his certificate, it has the state file number, 148, and then a dash and that 10 numbers. Well, D was saying that it's going to be whatever the registration number is. Okay, so mine was 48, so that would be 8 zeros and a 48. So mine would be 142, 8 zeros and a 48. That's my legacy filing number. And then there's the state filing number, which would be the 10 digits plus that's on your other birth certificate plus the year you were born. I don't know. We'll know when we get this birth certificate on Monday what it says and whether or not it has anything to do with what we're talking about. And if it doesn't, I'm just going to go ahead and file the short form. I'm going to do Pittman's process, and I'm just going to use my short form that has been authenticated and recreate my footprints document and go ahead and complete the process. One way or the other, I'm going to get it done.
Mm.
I can't hear you, Floyd, if you're speaking.
I am not speaking.
Oh, okay. You said you were speaking. So where are we going to lunch on Monday?
I guess it depends on what you guys like to eat.
Well, Floyd will eat you out of house and home. He can eat for both of us. That man can eat like nobody's business. Got to keep all them calories up to make all those big muscles he has.
He's growing, Jesse.
You know what's awesome? So we can go back and we can listen to the video again because I believe that Floyd recorded the conversation. Yes, he did. I'm going to stop the chat now.
Yeah.
Or you go ahead and start it, or you go ahead and stop it. That way you can archive it and put it up.
1 hour. Let me edit the title.
I'm going to go back and listen to it again, and I'm going to dissect everything he said. And then when we talk again, I'm going to go back and ask the same questions, but I'm going to ask him in a different manner. We'll see if I get a different response. Keep asking questions until you figure it out.
Yeah. So you learned the right question to ask. I shared Colorado's deal for getting that certificate. It was a third party.
Oh, you found a third party link?
Well, it kicks you to that third party link based on your based on my selection. I just selected Denver, and it said